Everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will dive into hierarchical clustering. And let me introduce this. Have you ever wondered how machine automatically group similar things together? Like how Netflix, let's say, recommend similar movies, or how Google Photos group people based on their face? So the secret behind all of these is the clustering. And today we are diving into the most powerful clustering method, which is hierarchical clustering, step by step with an easy to follow example. So by end of this video, you will not only understand how hierarchical clustering works, but also how to implement it in Python. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. And if you have any question, of course, through a comment below. I will answer it. So the clustering, let's see, what is the clustering? And also is already described in the key means clustering technique. Clustering is all about grouping similar data points together. So unlike classification, in the classification we have predefined labels, but clustering helps us to uncover hidden patterns in data. So in many, let's see, I will say real real time, let's say real projects. So most of the time you don't have the classes, so you need to, let's say, group these data together. And today I will see, as you can see here, we will try to dive into the hierarchical clustering. And what is there are two different types, let's say main types of hierarchical clustering. And you can see here, for instance, we have these data here, and the main goal is to group similar let's say data into a similar cluster. Let's say, for instance, A and B will be grouped in one cluster, and then A and B will be grouped with C and D in one cluster. Let's say here, and until getting the the whole data will be in one cluster. So in the beginning, it assumed that every data it will be in one cluster. But here's the two main types of the hierarchical clustering. Agglomerative, morative, it's a bottom up. So it's starting with this from here until getting the cluster, and to merge all the clusters into one cluster. So we start with each data point as in its own cluster, and iteratively merge the closed clusters. And top down is starting from, for instance, from here, and try to split the cluster to the individual clusters. But we will dive now into this bottom up clustering technique. So as let's see how it's working, just in a few words. So in the beginning, it will calculate the distance between points, then merge the similar close point together, and repeat until everything is in one cluster. So, and after that you will create this dendrogram. This called here dendrogram. Yeah. So let me just say I have this data here. I have a points from A to E, and I would like to cluster the similar points. And let's say building this hierarchical cluster. So in the beginning, I have this data set, and first I will compute the matrix, or let's see the distance matrix. So this distance matrix will have x x1 minus x2, or it's the same as if you see x2 minus x1, because here we have square, plus y2 minus y1 square. Now, because we have here only two features, let's see x and y, we have only this, the formula, the Claudian distance, only this. If you have many features, let's see in your data you have different columns. So in this case, you will have many terms here. So the distance, let's see, I will calculate the distance from each point, from this point E against all the other points. As you can see here, for example, from A to E it's 0. From A to B, the distance using this Euclidean distance will be 0.71. And as you can see here, this is the diagonal here, and the other one is the similar to this is symmetric, let's see. And as you can see here, this uh, A to B and B to A, it's the C because it's distance. And for instance, the other one, A to C, and you can see C to E, it's the same distance. So we will focus, let's see, only on this up diagonal. Now, after calculating the distance, we will try to see what is the minimum, let's see, distance. And from this table here, we see the minimum distance, it's A to B. And we will select this as this because then A and B will be in the same cluster. As you can see here, we will merge A and B into one cluster. So we have here clusters A and B. Yeah, by the way, in the beginning we said each point should be in one cluster. Now after the first iteration, we have A and B one cluster, C, D, A. And this is the point belong to this cluster. Now we need to update the distance matrix. So because here we will ignore the first data set, let's say, not ignoring, but here we will calculate E and B to the C and also to D and E with the same matrix, of course. So for example, distance between E and B and C, we will start to calculate the distance from this point to this point to C. And because we have A and B in one cluster, we will try to calculate the distance from A to C and E and B to C. And we will select the minimum, let's see, distance. It's, for instance, cluster B and C. Now we will calculate the E and B to the D and etc. It's the same as previous one. And you can see here, I have the distance, the minimum distance is 1 between D and E, and also you can see here E and D, it should be also 1. So I will now merge D and E in one cluster, and we will repeat this process until we have building the dendrogram. Also, let's see here we have A and B to C, and I mean A and B in one cluster, C in its cluster, and D and E. And we also calculate the same distance using this. For instance, A and B to D and E. So we calculate the distance from A to D, A to E, and B E, and see the minimum distance and see, for instance, here we have the C should be, for instance, merged with, let's see, grouped with the DE cluster. And etc. As you can see here, this is the final, because here we have, it's not the same data, I will show you in the Python code. And finally, we will have the all data points in one cluster. And here we can see what is the real world application for this hierarchical clustering. It's biology, classifying spaces into a taxonomy group based on genetic similarity. Social media, market segmentation is grouping customers based on purchase behavior. So the customer they buying, let's see, buying BCs, they will be in one group. Also the document clusters, sometimes it's hard if you have a big data set, if you have a big documents, it's hard to, let's say, to classify this because you need to label every point, every document. But with the clustering, it will try to group the similar documents into a topic or categories. And also in the image segmentation, grouping the pixels in in an image based on the similarity. And what is the limitation of this? So it's, as you can see, it's computationally extensive. The complexity is big O, and in trouble, and it's sensitive to noise, and also invertible mesh. So if you already merge C and with DE, it's not let's see, possible to refit the images. It's already done. And sometimes, let's say, I just give you this as a hint. Sometimes you will have the distance will be somehow similar to each other. For instance, you will have, just as an example, let me just go to this. For instance, the distance from A to B, it will be 0.71. And as an example, the distance from A to C will be of as well 0, 0 point 0.71. So you can just select randomly, or let's say the first occurrence as the merging. For instance, A and B will be in one cluster. But of course, you can see if they are the same distance, you can select A and B or A and C. But I think they just choose the first occurrence. And as you can see here, what is the advantage and disadvantage of the, I mean, what's comparing to a key means? In the key means, we need to identify how many clusters do we need. But here you can see it's trying to merging the data points into one cluster. But indeed, you also need, for instance, to stop these clusters. In this case, you will also need to identify the number of clusters, and or maybe the distance, the threshold distance. If the distance, for instance, let's say, for instance, the minimum distance here is 2.92, and you can see if the distance greater than 1.9, don't merge. So in this case, it will be stopped at certain point, for instance, here. Then let me show you the code. It's super easy. I mean, I use the scipy package, and it has also a dendrogram and everything. I also have the same example here, you can see. And if I just run this, you will see the points, the dendrogram as a figure or plot. You can see, for example, starting with A and B, then C and D, and merging C and other into one cluster. So at the top, you will have all the data points belong to one cluster. Yeah, so now we have already done with this, and if you have any question, please drop it down in the comment below. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.